Well, tell your grandma, read this to her. This is a story that was written about her.
So, Grandma,
by John Fenn.
Do you know a man named John Fenn? He's at Beckettwood. A man named John Fenn wrote a story about you.
Oh.
Because you are the youngest of the centenarians at Beckettwood.
I know he did.
Would you like to hear the story?
Yeah.
All right. Edith Grace Quam, Beckettwood's freshman centenarian. Edith Grace is, and always has been, a plucky, upbeat, determined woman. Sounds about right. Her family were dairy farmers, and her mother made absolutely spectacular pies, a skill which Edith Grace quickly and completely assimilated. I can attest to that as well. At an early age, Edith Grace demonstrated her interest in and intelligence as a scholar. No surprise that she was, at the age of 16, chosen salutatorian of her high school class in Montana. Then she charged off to Jamestown, North Dakota, where she worked her way through the two-year college and then to the U of M for majors in both Spanish and English and a minor in French. I think I got that from you.
Mm-hmm.
This interest in languages made Edith...
Major in French.
Were you a major in French as well? Well, there you go. We'll change that.
Ask her what her minor was.
What was your minor in? Did you have a minor?
Minor in Spanish and well, English.
Yeah. We'll just say you majored in all of them. At this point, you may as well have majored in all of them. This interest in languages made Edith Grace an intrepid traveler. She has journeyed to Asia, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and Ireland, as well as developing an interest in African studies. But wait, what about Edith Grace, the naturalist and birder? She has seen over 330 species of birds and worked for the Richardson Nature Center in Highland Park, Bloomington, as a receptionist and tour librarian, and taken an Audubon trip to Australia. Whoops, I almost forgot her first job at Sears as an accountant, a skill which she must have acquired in her idle hours.
What was that?
Your first job at Sears? As an accountant?
Yeah.
So he's trying to touch on all aspects of your life. Sounds like you have too many skills to measure. Also, let's discuss her equestrian skills. She was an accomplished rider despite the fact that she was born with spina bifida. As proof, there is a picture of her on a Bronco from 1930. On Bronco the horse from 1930. A cow named May was her first mount, and then on to Powderface, Silver Smoky, and Joker. However, we should not forget the family part of Edith Grace's equation. Enter Burton Quam, Northwest Airlines pilot. Edith Grace's banana creme pie lured him into the best decision of his life, marriage to the pie maker extraordinaire. Result, a wonderful marriage of many years, 4 children, 9 grandchildren, and 5 great-grandchildren. The big question, how did she ever manage to squeeze all this living into 100 years?
Wow.
Do you think this is an accurate count of your life?
What?
Or did we miss anything major in your life in this account?
Yeah.
Sounds like we touched on most of the major points.
You want to taste this gravy, Flan?
Do you feel accomplished, Grandma?
What?
Do you feel like you have accomplished a lot?
Yeah, I know I have.
Good.
Do you want?
She's making gravy.
I don't get beheaded because it's no, well, I don't know.
That's good not to have a big head, but you're allowed to celebrate your accomplishments, I think.
Yeah,
And be proud of them.
yeah,
You have done a lot with your life. And it's very admirable.
yeah.
I can only hope I get 100 years as fulfilled as yours.
My sister was younger, didn't make it.
You beat her.
None of them made it, Mom. You're the only one that made it to 100.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
Something to be proud of.
It's,
I'm doing throw some fresh herbs in and then take
it isn't, I don't feel proud exactly.
What do you feel?
Well, I feel that circumstances entered in
You think God had anything to do with it?
because my high school was only 2 years and reworked
Really?
and then finished. So it was hard.
Yeah. Well, it gave you another job in there, but you still did the rest on your own, Grandma.
Yeah, yeah.
You're a hard worker.
What?
I said you're a hard worker, Grandma.
Yeah. Not very much anymore.
Well, you're allowed to relax now. Think after 100 years of hard work, you can take a break.